It's often said that friends are the family you make for yourselves. Well, if you're like me, you've had a few good friends over the years that your family really didn't want. We can learn a lot from our friends. I learned a lot from my best friend. I certainly learned why he was called man's best friend. Mr. Toastmaster, fellow dog lovers, I was a country boy. My dad made sure that his 3 boys were going to grow up knowing what farm living is all about. We did. We had vegetable gardens and fields to plow and hay to haul and plenty of 4-legged company. We had dozens of cows and dozens more horses. Every morning we'd go out to feed all the animals, and every afternoon we'd go back to clean up what happened to the feed. We had dogs too. We had mutts and hounds and shepherds and schnauzers and Weimaraners. When I was 12, we were out of dogs for some reason or another. And I decided to talk my mom into letting my older brother go look at a dog that I saw advertised in the newspaper. This young fellow was energetic, he was happy as could be, and he had frisky ears that stood straight up all the time. He was a black and silver German shepherd, but he was short. So I thought, he must be the superior short working breed. We looked into each other's noses, and he was mine. For 3 days, I tried to think of a good name. Do you know what happens when a dog goes that long without a name in a big family? About the 3rd time, my mom said, "Where are Scotty and that dog?" She had already named him. Dog. Dog loved to chase rats in the barn. Dog really enjoyed keeping visitors pinned up in their pickup trucks. Dog hated it when I threw his stick into the pond. He'd just look at the stick and look back at me and look at the stick and look at me like, "You don't learn very fast, do you?" My favorite horse was a big white Mustang. I rode her the furthest and the fastest of any. She could trot for miles, and Dog would keep up, wagging a big full-size tongue. We would occasionally parade past a home where a big Doberman lived. One day we passed through that dog's zone, and that dog just couldn't stand it any longer. He came running fast and silent. Dog just looked over his shoulder and kept strutting. That big dog was running full speed to slam into Dog, and Dog jumped up, spun around, and came down on him, and that Doberman squealed and ran away without a fight. Dog was so proud he grew an inch right then and there. One hot summer afternoon, my brothers and I were picking up hay bales in the field beside our house. Dog really enjoyed moving along with the truck as we kind of stirred things up in the field as we worked our way across it. He was hunting for mice. I got in to move the truck forward, and boom, I hit a bump. My brother yelled in the window, "You ran over Dog!" I ran out, ran around the truck, and I was amazed. Dog was standing. He looked up at the truck, and he looked up at me, as if to say, "I don't feel very well. I think I'll go to the house." And he started walking slowly to the house. I walked with him. He went to the back porch. He went to his favorite spot and laid down. For 2 days and 2 nights, he stayed there. I'd visit with him. On the morning of the 3rd day, he was right by my side and beat me to the barn again. He was tough. These were glorious years in our family. These were the years when we would load up every weekend, every summer weekend, and go camping. We were gone all the time. Dog didn't get to go. Dog had guard duty. We'd return home, and I'd look for Dog, and Dog wasn't always there. Sometimes he'd come back the next day. Finally, after one long holiday weekend, my best friend was gone and never came back. I never knew what happened to him. It took me a while to realize who had abandoned whom. Fellow Toastmasters, our friendships are like this. Any of us can accidentally do terrible things to our best friends. We can tease them, we can endanger them, we can trot on them in painful ways, and our best friends will still be with us if we are there for them. Even our closest relationships will just dissolve if we do the worst thing we can possibly do, which is nothing. If you're not there for them, what will happen to your friendship? You may never know what became of them. Friends, it only takes a moment to let someone know that you are right by their side.